Hello and welcome to today's 5 at 5. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I hope you have had a wonderful Tuesday. And again, welcome to today's 5 at 5. One of the things I've been thinking about is our yes and the significance of our yes. So many times, people will ask us to do this and to do that. And we have the opportunity to say yes or no. But one of the things God has really impressed upon my heart is the seriousness of our yes. And what makes that yes serious is that always know that when we say yes to one thing, we are saying no to something else. And so many times we allow ourselves to get so busy, so preoccupied, because we have said yes to many things. But in those things that we've said yes to, can I ask you today, what is it that you said no to? Because you're busy, are you saying no to time in prayer? Are you saying no to time in study of God's word? Is it something that you've said yes to that is preventing you from saying yes to God? And there are so many things that are good things. There are so many things that are God things, right? But some of these things are not the things God has called us to. And so we have to be very careful, because people will come and they'll say, oh, can you do this? Oh, we want you to do that. Oh, you would be so good at doing this and you would be so good at doing that. Oh, please won't you do this? But remember, for every single yes, there is something we're saying no to. It could be saying no to family time, no to spending time with your spouse, no to spending time with your children. It can be, remember, every yes has a no. And so God has really been impressing upon my heart, be careful in this season what you say yes to, because the grace I have given you to say yes to things in the past, that grace has been lifted. And when we are trying to do things that God has removed the grace to do, it becomes burdensome. It becomes a weight. It becomes heavy. And we will find ourselves overwhelmed, and we'll find ourselves feeling the symptoms of burnout. Be careful what you say yes to. Well, how do I know what to say yes to, Kim? I would encourage you to press pause before you say yes. There is nothing wrong with you saying to someone when they come to you and ask you to do something. It's nothing wrong with you saying, hey, can I get back with you? I need to pray about this. I want to make sure, I need to look at my other commitments, because I want to make sure that there's space for this yes. Are you hearing me today? Is there space for that yes? So again, I want you to pause before you say yes. And in Luke 14:28, it says, won't you first sit down and estimate the cost? We've got to count the cost. What is this costing me to do this and to do that? What is it taking from me? What is it going to take? And so take time to pray and ask, is this your assignment for me, God? Or am I taking on more than you've asked me to do? Sometimes we are stretched so thin and we get frustrated thinking that God has us stretched thin. But no. God is a God of peace. God is a God of order. And he's not going to tell me to do this, that, and the other, stretch me so thin that I can't do the things that I know that I'm called to do, even as a wife, as a mother. The things that are clearly what he has assigned in the season. So we need to count the cost. In Proverbs 19:2, it says, desire without knowledge is not good. How much more will hasty feet miss the way? So let's pause before we say yes. and count the cost. In Ecclesiastes 5:4-5, it says, when you make a vow to God, do not delay to fulfill it. It is better not to vow than to make a vow and not fulfill it. So we sometimes say yes, and then whatever it is, we may step back and say, oh my gosh, I just don't know how I'm going to do all this. Let's make sure we have space to say yes to the things that God has assigned us to do in this season. And how do we know that? We're going to have to press pause. Pause. If someone asks you, oh, but Kim, can't you give me an answer now? No, I can't, because I need to pray about this, and I need to make sure, I want to make sure that if I say yes, that you can count on me. If I say yes, that you can depend on me. And so I need to press pause and look at my schedule and make sure there is space. I pray this word has encouraged you. I pray that you will take it to heart and consider your yes. What is it that you are saying yes to? Remember, everything you say yes to, for whatever you say yes to, you are saying no to something else. So I hope this has blessed you. Share it with someone else. And I look forward to seeing you on the next 5 at 5. Be blessed.